Standard 6, Subject General Science, Chapter number 5, Substances in the Surroundings, Their States and Properties. Students, today we are going to learn various uses of changes in physical state. First, candles are made by melting paraffin wax. Second example, solid carbon dioxide, that is dry ice, is used to make ice cream and to keep it frozen. Third example, liquid nitrogen is used in animal husbandry. Fourth, sand or silica is melted to make glass. Fifth, metals like gold and silver are melted to make ornaments. 6. Iron is melted to make tools. Next point of the lesson, sublimation. Iodine crystals do not melt on heating but change directly to the gaseous state. When the fumes of iodine hit the walls of the funnel, they cool to form solid crystals of iodine and stick to the funnel walls. Thus, on heating, iodine does not melt and change to a liquid but directly changes to the gaseous state. Look at this activity. The change of a solid substance directly into a gas or vapor without first changing into a liquid is called sublimation. Next point, properties of substances. First property, what will happen if pressure is applied on substances like chalk, brick, alum, glass, or a rasgira wadi? These substances break into small pieces or particles. Such substances are said to be brittle. This property of substance is called brittleness. Second property of substance, take an iron nail, try to pierce a cardboard sheet, wet mud and a piece of wood using the nail. What happens? The nail easily pierces wet mud but not the pieces of wood. It can pierce the cardboard sheet with the same effort. Why does this happen? The hardness of a substance is determined by how much resistance it offers to the substances being pushed through it. That property is called hardness. Third property of substance, that is elasticity. Stretch a rubber band and let it go or apply pressure on a piece of sponge and release it. Why do you see the rubber band and the sponge go back to their original shape? Some substances change their shape when a force is applied on them but return to their original shape and size when the force is removed, like this. This property is called elasticity. Fourth property, that is fluidity. Take a flat metal sheet of the size of a notebook. Holding it at an angle, put a drop of water, honey, and gum at different places on the board, as shown in this figure. Observe how they flow down the slope. Liquids flow downward on a sloping surface. This property is called fluidity. The fluidity of any liquid is determined by how easily it flows. Fifth property, density. If two blocks of the same size, one wooden and the other of iron, are weighted in a balance, how would they compare? The mass of different substances having the same volume can be different. These differences is because of the difference in their densities. Between substances of the same volume, the ones with greater density are heavier than those of lesser density. That property is called density. Next property of substance, that is solubility. Take a glass of water, add some salt, fine sand, and sugar to it, and try to dissolve them. Repeat this, replacing water with kerosene. What do you observe? Some solid substances dissolve in particular liquid. If a solid does not dissolve in a liquid, it is said to be insoluble in that liquid. Example, salt is soluble in water but insoluble in kerosene, as shown in this picture. You know of many beverages made by using water and soluble substances. The property of substance of getting dissolved is called its solubility. Next property of a substance, that is transparency. When we can look through a substance and see things on the other side, then that substance is said to be transparent, like a glass or a speck. This property of the substances is called transparency. Glass, some types of plastic, clean water, and air are transparent substances. Thank you.